The video that I put out for the nightstands had a whole host of issues. It was one of those things where things just didn't quite go right with recording. And there were also some mistakes that I had made on the tops for the nightstands that I'm just not happy with. I want to redo. I just wasn't able to redo them at the time and still be able to get the video out. And so I wasn't able to really show how I did the inlay for the LED strips and what was involved with that. And as you can see on this one, using the router table was probably not the best idea for routing out the channels for the aluminum that houses the lights. And the other one specifically had an extreme issue because I completely set the router wrong, which caused me to cut this portion and did not even come close to having that set up correctly. Had to have that cut. And I do not want to have the aluminum channeling showing. Not make the same mistakes I did the first time. And I will be using my handheld router instead of the router table to get the channeling done for the LED strips and show you how I actually did the strips and got them all connected. I do have a new power supply. I have a touch sensor for these. And so let's go ahead and get things going. And this top is just slightly larger than the other one. The other one was just over 20 inches long, or 20 inches, just over 20 inches wide, and right at 19 inches from front to back. I decided I don't like that. I do want to have some overhang on the back. And so that's the other reason I'm redoing the tops for the nightstands. The other reason that I wanted to have this just a little bit larger as well is so that I can have the LED strip just slightly off of the nightstand, or off the side of the nightstand. With the edge guide set up, I can go ahead and start routing out the underside of the top. That'll fit the channel for the LED lights into. Once the corners are cleaned out, I'll be able to cut the channeling for the LED strips at a 90-degree angle and get them inlaid and in place. The nice thing with using the aluminum channel like this is I can go ahead and cut it on my miter saw and not have to worry about getting a special blade for cutting metal. I'm adding some double-sided tape to the bottom of the channeling just to help hold it in place. Even though it has a good snug fit, I want to make sure that the cat's jumping up on the nightstand or it getting jostled is not going to dislodge the channeling at all. Here I am cutting a notch into the side of the channeling for the LED strips. This will gives me the ability to run a wire through there and have it go underneath the frame and not get interfered with anything or get cut. And now for the fun part, getting all the wiring attached and getting everything set up. The controller is attached with some double-sided tape, as well as the touch switch. And then I will use a couple screws to attach the power supply to the bottom of the nightstand top. I decided to use some solder-free clips for the lights. These just have little push pins in the plastic that you attach to the LED strip and the wire. And this allows me to get it stretched around the bend and keep that nice and straight. Unfortunately, you can't see the solderless clip very well in this, but you can see me getting the pins set into the wire and also into the LED strip. And then I can bend the wire around the corner and continue on with the LED light. I am using cob lights. These are just a simple white light that are dimmable. And so I don't need to worry about the extra wires that you would have with multicolor changing or with individually addressable lights. Here I'm attempting to give you a little bit better view of the clip that I'm using and getting the pin set into the LED strip and the wire. And then the adhesive backing on the LED strip just gets set into the aluminum channel that I'm using. And after adjusting the lighting up, or the connections a little bit and getting everything plugged in, the lights actually work, and you can see the switch does its job as well. Once I get the diffuser strips cut and locked into place, the only thing left to do is get the top attached to the base, and I'll be done. Here I'm running an eraser across the wood just to remove the pencil marks that I had to make sure that I had everything centered and measured properly for the new light channels. I was just using a gum eraser. It works great. And I don't have to sand anything back down because of the finish that's already applied to the top. All right, the redo on the top is complete. And now that I have the touchpad on, it's really easy just to simply tap the top of the nightstand and turn the light on and off. The only thing I didn't take into consideration is the cat or the cats. And when they jump up onto the nightstand, they have a tendency to turn the light on or off. So I may decide to relocate that, but I'm not entirely sure. The other thing I need to figure out is how to adapt the wiring or adjust how everything is wired so that I still have access to the automation, because right now the Zigbee controller I can't control with the Home Assistant, but I will get that figured out and get an update posted on that. But the redo on this is complete. Everything looks good. It's as close as I'm going to get it as far as color match. And with everything else, hopefully this gives you an idea of something that you can do. And if you never try, you're never going to know. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.